Spoiler warning for Supacell episode 2 titled Tazer. Okay, let's get to it. The title character for this installment is an already established, a dangerous yet troubled aura for the young man. Yet with each of the main characters, they do show through this awesome storytelling that they are good people deep down. Yes. With Andre, he does pocket the money from the ATM he punched when his powers are raking, technically stealing the money, but he uses it to treat his son AJ, which is pretty unselfish. But it seems that AJ has befriended some of the locals, which Andre as a father clearly doesn't like because he himself paid the price for that. We go to Michael, who spends the episode working on preventing what will happen to Dion, but does not want to tell her of her impending fate. Dion, however, is not stupid, knowing something is going on with Michael. Sabrina feels bad about hurting her soon-to-be ex-boyfriend Kevin during the awakening of her powers. Yeah, it's a bit much discovering that she was cheated on and her powers waking up, but you know, her goodness does remain, as she is a nurse, which carries an ethic. Well, Rodney doesn't try to hide his newfound speed, but doesn't activate it until a cop tries to write him a parking ticket. I mean, when he tries to show his powers off, they don't work, but you know, when he's at a situation where he is sort of alarmed, then his powers are activated. But he does learn to gain some control of it, making him a better dealer, but subsequently is warned to be careful using his powers. Now, on to Tazer, who is still healing from his stab wound, sees another video on social media of Chucky bragging about what he did to Tazer. So their street club, the Tower Boys, decide to ride on them fools in their bicycles to the estate. The Sixers hang out, which is very bold. They are ambushed, being chased down by the home turf. Tazer is cornered but activates his power. Tazer has the power of invisibility and injures several Sixers, including Chucky, who he slices his neck. Tazer then speaks to Screamer a little later on about his ideal of using his power to rob, drug dealers instead of robbing delivery drivers, delivery drivers like Michael. Speaking of Michael, he begins his quest to find the others that future Michael told him about. Starting with the guy who, in another possibility, stabs him in the chest. He encounters Tazer's homies, 2C and Tiny, whom he pays his remaining $60 to just to exchange a number, but are ambushed by Sixer gunfire, who corners Michael and tries to shoot him, but Michael's powers activate again, this time stopping time, taking the bullet out of the air, immediately teleporting to Dion to pass out with bullet in hand. Well, back to the Tower Boys. Tiny sets up a meeting with Masher to buy a brick of that white girl, but it seems the meeting went south when Tootsie and Screamer, gets into it with Masher and exit the vehicle with no product, leaving the back door of Masher's vehicle open. They get back in their car with Tiny, and Tazy suddenly appears with the product in hand. The Tower Boys go to the hangout spot with members of the Tower gang to chill, and Tiny feels uneasy about what happened, seeing he set up the meeting with Masher. Tazer assures Tiny that everything will be okay when some guys pull up. It's Masher with other guys, a couple of which were the ones that were speaking with Andre's son AJ earlier. So Masher realizes he's been stolen from, it's about to go down, and suddenly a guy comes through the crowd that just showed up with a gun in each hand. And here we now have Crazy, another important character meet. This guy has the feel of a street boss, also proving that trouble seems to follow Tazer wherever he goes, to the point where his presence may harm others. Well, we'll see what happens next. Another great episode of Supacell, and it's building up to something cool. So we should all stay tuned, see what happens next. Okay, all right, this is Dragon334K with another spoiler review of Supacell Episode 2 entitled Tazer. Thank you and see you on the next go round. Peace out.